Good morning and welcome to our almost daily devotional. And we are going to listen to a story from the Gospel according to John. It's chapter 9, and it goes like this. As Jesus walked along, he saw a man who was blind from birth. Jesus' disciples asked, "Rabbi, who sinned so that he was born blind, this man or his parents?" Jesus answered, "Neither he nor his parents. This happened so that God's mighty works might be displayed in him. While it's daytime, we must do the works of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light of the world." And after he said this, he spit on the ground, made mud with the saliva, and smeared the mud on the man's eyes. Jesus said to him, "Go wash in the pool of Siloam." This word means sent. So the man went away and washed, and when he returned, he could see. The man's neighbors and those who used to see him when he was a beggar said, "Isn't this the man who used to sit and beg?" Some said, "It is." And others said, "No, it's someone who looks like him." But the man said, "Yes, it's me." So they asked him, "How are you now able to see?" He answered, "The man they called Jesus made mud, smeared it on my eyes, and said, 'Go to the pool of Siloam and wash.' So I went and washed, and then I could see." They asked, "Where is this man?" He replied, "I don't know." Then they led the man who had been born blind to the Pharisees. Now Jesus made the mud and smeared it on the man's eyes on a Sabbath day. So Pharisees also asked him how he was able to see. The man told them, "He put mud on my eyes and I washed, and now I see." Some Pharisees said, "This man isn't from God because he breaks the Sabbath law." Others said, "How can a sinner do miraculous signs like these?" So they were divided. Some of the Pharisees questioned the man who had been born blind again. "What do you have to say about him since he healed your eyes?" He replied, "He's a prophet." Now, there's a couple of things worth noting here. First, Jesus does this a lot. Jesus is probably what most well known. If he was famous for anything in the Bible, it's for healing blind people. There's a lot of stories about him healing blind people, and some of them are similar, some of them are very different, and so it's hard to know if they're repeats of the same story, if it was so miraculous that each evangelist decided they needed to tell the story over and over again, or if Jesus really went around healing blind people a lot. And lepers too. Jesus healed a lot of lepers. And Jesus does it in an interesting way in this passage. He spits in the dirt and makes mud out of it, and then rubs that mud uh, in the blind man's eyes. And in a year of COVID, where we wash our hands and wear masks and avoid each other so that we don't spread germs, the idea of someone spitting in mud and then rubbing it on our face is incredibly repellent, right? It's just about the grossest thing we can think about happening. And then he says to go and wash. Now, there's nothing healing about this mud. The mud is not what heals this man. What heals the man is him trusting in Jesus, him going and washing as he was told to do. The fact that he went where he was sent to go. Now, the Pharisees have an interesting reaction. A blind man is healed, and normally you would think we would be really excited about that, right? Yay, blind man's healed. He can have a normal life. He can become part of the society again. He won't be outcast anymore. But the Pharisees' response is, Jesus broke the Sabbath law. And they missed the point entirely. How many times do we miss miracles? Do we miss the point entirely? Because we're looking in the wrong place, or because it doesn't fit within our rules and how we understand God. God bless.